5 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
Lion.
The Observer Ward for Radiant side sees White moving over. So everyone gets a little bit of vision for now. Next Assassin might be in a little bit of trouble. Yep, there's your stun. You got the follow-up. Hex available as well. Spike Carapace meant difficult to get the damage out, but you can't get around, or can you, around the Troll Warlord. He gets the bash in. That may be enough with the stick charges following up into the stun.
Wow, I was like, man,
Ice is able to bring him down.
He had Arcana Rune.
It's the Monkey King that gets it. Well, White will be happy with that. Actually ended up denying him from the line. The jump forward, Ice will be able to dodge it quickly. I don't know if he can really dodge all of the damage. Monkey King just needs to get one more attack in. His Tree Hop is back off cooldown, but he doesn't actually have the ability to throw out the stun, so he just has to jump in closer to try and... I don't know if they even really close the distance enough in order to get it. Now Shadow rotates over, so you put down the Observer Ward, and White's the one who's in trouble. Perfect timing for Blink to be there. Stifling Dagger to get the kill on the Monkey King. But you do bring the 2 cores off the lane on the bottom of the mid. They haven't been able to do it. They actually scanned up near the Ancient area, near the Bounty Rune. They're in the neighborhood, so they're going to grab it anyway. But already Super moved himself to bottom lane. So the stun is out, the Assassination's coming in. It's going to be enough damage to get the kill onto Shadow, as the double shrapnels were committed out by the Sniper.
That was not great play by Shadow right there.
Rest of the time, very heavily farm focused. And looks like a Vladimir's offering is going to be his choice of item as well. With a haste rune, it's almost a license to jump in and kill. A quick dodge though with the Phantasm, so never really properly connected with the Phantom Strike. The Death Ward's going out. Does he have enough life? No, he doesn't. Blink will fall. A quick Sentry Ward down too, so Faith on the run down the river. Burrow Strike is now back off cooldown. Will use it to close the distance between him and his shrine.
Did get the Bounty Rune. Faith looking for where he is.
They're hoping to find him. Meanwhile, Shadow is being stalked as well over near the Ancients. A quick Death Ward and the Assassination committal. Oh, so that Troll Warlord gets destroyed, and now Monet will show himself in the lane. So they need to find some revenge. The smoke is worn off, but there's your Burrow Strike. Blink into Epicenter. Is there any kind of TP support to help him out? Chaos Knight, Finger of Death committed. He cannot survive it, even with the 1 charges. He almost did, but a kill is a kill. Tower trade-off time. Shadow will now take out his 2nd tower in the space of a minute, while LFY are looking towards that mid tower. Blink coming forward, just going to Stifling Dagger forward, gets a crit onto Monet, and maybe with a stun from Ice. He has a Finger of Death, but Epicenter is coming in from Faith Beyond, hits the target perfectly. Witch Doctor, Maledict will get off, but the damage has kind of already been done. Maybe they can create a little bit more space here with the Monkey King, as Faith Beyond tries to get back out. It will not work, however. Kellegrave was doing as much as it could, but against both Maledict and the ulti.
If Chaos Knight had that Helmet Iron Will in his inventory, I don't think he would Phantasm. And then Phantasm, I think they can easily take a fight with no Epicenter up. And Faith Beyond is not even close over there.
There's the reveal. That's a big one if they can take it. Blink. Oh, there's a 4-second stun combining up with the Maledict. They'll let off the extra damage with a big quick Burrow Strike in from Faith Beyond, but the Death Ward, LPC, perfect positioning on the other side of the tree line, is forcing Wings back out, and even Shadow may die here, combining up with the Phantom Assassin death and the Tier 1 tower. It's the perfect fight for LFY.
They want more HP. They're tired of dying.
Well, looks like we're going to group up around Roshan. All 5 of Wings is there. The Epicenter, the 4-star forward, looking for the kill of the next Assassin. Finger of Death will ensure it, but now Monkey King triggers off the ulti. You're looking for any kind of stuns. The Paralyzing Cast's going to do it with the Malediction. Lion will not be able to survive. He has to run away. It's still a 2-for-1 trade-off, and Lion's going to respawn very quickly thanks to that negative 30 seconds. A quick Paralyzing Cast, Blink, hanging around inside the Fog of War that the Roche Pit offers him.
They're just hoping someone's isolated. They can just kill them in a Hex. They don't have any save on the Dire side.
Well, White's the neighborhood. But killing him for Monkey King is not really the greatest. He triggers to a tree, but that won't save him. A 4-man stun Ravage. Maybe with the Paralyzing Cast, Maledict on the line once again. Well, good thing he's got negative 30 seconds on that cooldown time, because he's probably going to be dead again very, very soon. Super is waiting for it. There goes the kill. Oh, and the run continues. The Blink forward from the next Assassin, able to find the Troll Warlord, but a 3-man Burrow Strike. LFY just can't bring the support in. Faith Beyond's going to disappear into the Sandstorm. Troll Warlord, no joy for him. Assassinated down. The 3-second stun was holding him there from the Chaos Bolt. Ice will go down again, but don't worry, 4 seconds, he's back again. A triple kill for Super, and I'm fairly certain Ice is actually 2 of those kills out of the triple kill.
They're going to try and do roast. They got the Monkey King kill, but Monkey King
The sentry just got placed.
Ooh,
They know the observer wall was scouting him out, but Roshan with the weave on top of him. Monkey King kind of needs to jump now if he's going to stop Roshan. The jump in with the Burrow Strike. Spy Carapace is still available. Finger of Death will do its work. Nix's Assassin stays alive with the one charges. It's killed off. Blink will have the Aegis, the Immortal. As Radiant did find the kill on Roshan, the ulti is just covering wings. Shadow is running out, but he's pulled back in again. Aegis Immortal will now trigger, and with the Phantom Strike up, he has his get out of jail free card. It's the Dazzle, who still has his Shallow Grave available as well. So they can potentially turn into this fight. That's what they try and do. Sandstorm protecting Faith Beyond from that Reality Rift to Chaos Knight. Monet doesn't have the distance on him. That Force Off again doing his work. Paralyzing Cast will bounce down. He's going to get the instant help coming in from the Dazzle, but it's not required when Witch Doctor is already down to Ice. And maybe LFY understand this is the time to pull back a little bit further. Go back to the safety of the Tier 1 tower, but Ice is not done. He jumps forward, and so does Blink, looking for his target, but a 4-second Chaos Bolt. The Burrow Strike from Faith Beyond will keep him there, but White, he's causing real issues, getting the double stun on the backlines. Faith Beyond, now the Epicenter will be used. Monet is falling and will die. The Epicenter damage was spilled out to Nix's Assassin. The Spy Carapace kept the SK in position. They keep running around. Now finally you'll lose Innocence with another double strikes. I swear it's like we're watching 4 Tidehunters play out as every stun becomes a Ravage. And they keep going on the run. The assassination hits Ice down to 44 on the run. The one charge has kept him up. White keeps bouncing forward. Ice, a bouncy room. Well, they'll help quickly. No! He missed the stun. White need to hit that target. Now Faith Beyond will turn. They'll get the follow-up stun. The Monkey King will die. The Urn Charge ticking out, all for the glory of the kill. The Monkey King will claim it, even though it sacrifices his life.
This line of respawn time is making a big difference. He died in the Roche Pit, and then they try to chase it at T2. He's back up, and he just chases them down. Good way to get in.
Well, they're going to need it, but they don't have the... Oh, do they? Monkey King breaks the smoke. White over into the tree lines. Faith Beyond gets a nice little Burrow Strike, actually catching the CK in the back lines, but then the 2-second stun will hold him, and they found the sniper, and they're going to kill him off. Finally, they're able to touch him. Then Blink can do some work now. The Shadow is on the run. Monet is still a beast. Reality Rift will pull him back in again. Phantom Assassin can't stay alive. Not while the Nyx Assassin is doing all of his stunts. And it's White. It's the Monkey King taunting his way through a triple kill.
He just crit himself with the Carapace. The crit took off like actually trolling. Yeah.
Dire just scammed. They doesn't really matter at the moment, considering you got the next assassin stalking down Blink. Now Blink does have a target he can jump over to with the Burrow Strike from Faith Beyond. They create some space, the dust will be triggered, and not to mention the assassination. So Phantom Assassin, that Shadow Blade doesn't actually protect him, and you can see him hunting. The Dazzle wanted to get back out. A quick 4-star forward with the stun. Another assassination coming on the way. Epicenter will try and get some level of return, which it will do so. The next assassin will fall with a 3-second Chaos Bolt stun. The Sand King has to stand there and die. 3 heroes lost, none of them with buyback, including the Phantom Assassin. This could easily, if LFY understand this, push the Tier 3 tower with the Mithril Hammer as well as the Ogre Club. So it's all sitting inside the stash.
If he tries to mana drain, he might just die. So it's mana draining them one at a time, it looks like.
Attempting, and there's the stun, and there's the crit. So in comes Shadow, has to trigger off the BKB. It's a nice Burrow Strike. Remember, there's no Epicenter, but the bigger thing is the fact the Monkey King just leaves his ulti sitting there looking for the bashes, and Shadow cannot survive it. Super is just the cannon on the back line. They know it. Phantom Assassin will be up in 5 seconds time, but the damage is done. The melee Rax is claimed on the bottom lane.
White definitely knows how to play Monkey King too, and the Troll.
Yep.
I'm actually surprised they doubled up on line/mid. PA plus Troll, both relying on that for...
Oh, there's your Burrow Strike, trying to keep CK out of this fight. A 4-man impale from Ice. It's still not enough work. Super was the untouched one. You can see the priority target. They want the sniper, but Shadow just can't keep up. Not when Monet pulls him back in through that Reality Rift, and there was no other way for the rest of Wings to arrive. White became the ultimate blocker Lord was able to do. Yeah, so now they're going to lose Roshan, the Aegis Immortal. It's going to go into the hands of Super, so they actually keep the sniper alive even longer now. Range upgrade as well at the last point, instead of having the bonus shrapnel.
I don't know, bonus shrapnel's pretty good, because he just needs to not die, generally. It's what he needs to do.
That forced off. It pushed Chaos Knight in. He'll trigger off the Phantasm. And these buildings don't survive long. Fortification must be used by Wings.
No one wants to go close and get reality rifted.
Of course not. There's still a lightning shield on top of that CK. The Burrow strike forward. Spike Carapace actually hitting Faith Beyond. He is almost instantly down. It's only the grace of the shallow grave which is keeping him alive. But no way to survive it. The SK is down. The Lion can respawn up now. But LFY, they own this Wings base.
Phantasm is breaking your buildings. You have to deal with it, and the sniper's shooting from the back. You have to like fight into the Monkey King. And at this point, it's over for Wings.
It really is.
For sure. And you also could have like anything with AoE that also do well. But
they're coming out to fight. This is going to be the last fight right now. It's the perfect double stun from the Nyx Assassin. Both the SK and the Lion caught out. Shallow Grave having to be expanded on the support. So Ice will try and survive for this one, but a little bit further up, it's the cause of Wings who are going to go down. Sniper dies, but it's just an Aegis Immortal, and there it is. GG is the call. The game number 1 of this 2-game series will belong to LFY.
I would say Super probably played the best. Like, he was that sniper that did damage every single fight and didn't really.
Radiant team pick.
Like, you're not getting high levels up in the Rubik. He needs that Fade Bolt to drag the...
He doesn't have an Aquila
at the bottom.
or a Basilius for that matter.
Blink. He's got Spin available, but in comes Pudge, starts the rot. Blink's going to take a lot of damage from this, but who's going to get more of it with the hook? It will actually be Blink killing off Super White. He's also ticking down thanks to his own rot with a wave of terror arriving from LPC. What? Enough to dissuade Blink and Ice from fighting more in the mid. Well, he's still got half of the timing of it left.
Nice try by Blink.
They infest. 4 heroes on bottom. They'll actually use the Monkey King as a delivery system. The stun was quick from the Vengeful Spirit, but Monet gets ripped apart. The following stun into Vengeful. And that push, I was wondering what Wings would do to actually stop it. And the Radiant feel like something's coming. Like they just scanned to the eastern side of the tower. So TP support will arrive from the Ember Spirit. Nyx Assassin already having to commit his Spike Carapace with the stun. The Hawk actually pulling Blink down. The Nyx is dead, however. Faith Beyond will not be able to survive it. So it ends up being a 1-for-1 trade-off, but that's your level 8 Centaur you're trading for the level 5 Nyx Assassin. They weren't really under any real pressure of time. My top lane was the only thing, and that's exactly what's being ganked up. Oh, he just stole Vendetta. Perfect timing for the Sentry Ward. Now the stun forward, Spire Carapace makes life a little bit more difficult. Not to mention the hook pulling down Ice, but you've got support. It's the Blink Dagger of the Centaur arriving. And Wings come in force.
Damn, why with that Sentry Ward up?
There's still the timing of when they arrived. That was different. Monet. Wow, they just go from gank to gank. Even the committal of the ultimate in case anyone's going to TP into us this one. Not to mention the Sunder, the damage on the Juggernaut, then a hook back over.
God.
Ice will go down. It was Wings getting the advantage, and they just threw so much of it back to LFY. You miss with your initiation. You've already burnt your Stampede. And Pudge is looking for the perfect hook. Shadow is the target he probably wants, and they need to get the instant stun. That's what Jinxing is here for. Mana burn and infest, and double spirits in from Super. You can get a little bit of control from Innocence with the telekinesis, but the control doesn't matter when both your heroes are down. You get a tier 1 tower for the trade-off for the Lifestealer and the Centaur, but they're going to lose both of their bottom lane towers for the Roshan.
They don't really feel comfortable fighting into the Terrorblade right now because their heroes aren't farmed enough to deal with it. Juggernaut went forward.
Do they keep going? Around inside of Vendetta. He may actually break the smoke if he gets close enough, but who do they find? They find LPC out. Faith Beyond wants more than just a Vengeful Spirit, however, but he may not have a choice. He started with a double edge, didn't go for the hoof stomp.
They see Ember Spirit, and there's also Jixing there. Ooh, what?
Start your TP. Pudge. Oh, he can't get out in time. Innocent's able to just get the telekinesis grab and bring him down. Is anyone else still kind of stranded? It's just the Nyx Assassin without a TP scroll. So you'll end up losing both the supports for LFY. He's the primary reason, too, why after that tier 2 tower was taken up on top lane, Wings backed up because the bottom lane was pressuring in too heavily. They knew they had no other choice. Ice, that was an optimistic jump forward. The Stampede, maybe the damage reduction. Nope. That is one dead Monkey King and barreling down the middle with a couple of illusions and metamorphosis off cooldown. Yeah, Monet's going to let rip. They're here for the tier 2 tower.
No damage reduction yet. There's no dags.
True. Jump and the back lines. Quick stun. Faith Beyond. Oh, that damage is so quick and so heavy. Now Shadow's also on the run back out of here. The Spirit is coming forward from the Ember Spirit, and that's what's going to allow for the rooting to happen. You can steal Searing Chains, but the survivability is still too much. Even with the Omni Slash, they just sunder out the damage. So now it's Blink who's on the run and almost no life. Super, the Sleight of Fist Searing Chains. It is Wings who will lose 4. TPing out the Rubik. They fought into the Metamorphosis. They just want to fight in their terms. Like, why fight into a Wings lineup who's already posturing, looking for an engagement? This is an easier one. You're looking at just a D warning. So you already put the mirror on him, hook him back over. Okay, don't think this member was really essential for that. But 43 seconds now, without the Rubik, they look towards Roshan. And maybe that's where Ice Ice can do something.
The bench offers a lot here, though.
They see him. They actually see him. They cut down the tree. He'll be stunned up, Searing Chained, and hooked to death by the Pudge. One Observer Ward that was just being placed around saw the leap. Out. They actually put the Aegis onto the Terrorblade. I always wonder about that with Metamorphosis being the primary thing.
It's because he's a tower hitter. Tower hitter, generally better carrier.
Oh, hook. That's not the target he was really looking for. Going to catch only one of the illusions of the Terrorblade, but that melee Rax fortification has to be triggered. Monet's just doing way too much damage, and maybe now with the Monkey King ulti, they'll try and push him out, but nope, Monet doesn't care. The Hoof Stomp on the back lines, they initiate in, looking towards that Live Stealer. The Terrorblade, remember, he's still got that Sunder, so you go for that quick little swap out. It's being used on the Pudge, keeping him alive. Juggernaut can't find the target. You've still got Sunder available. You've still got Aegis the Immortal up and running. Juggernaut has to buy back to try and sustain in this fight. Monet's so low, they're going to break him through. He did actually use the Sunder in the end of the fight. Linkosphere triggered on the Ember Spirit. Monet's back to the World of Living. They're still here for the melee racks. That's what they came for. Even though they get the buybacks out, Ice Ice almost sacrificing himself on the front lines without the hook hitting from Pudge. White can't really punish it. But no Live Stealer, no Rubik. But also no mid-racks. LFY are happy with what they've got. They're bailing out. And the ping has arrived.
YOLO!
So LFY, they understand what's going on. Ice Ice needs to control this beautifully, if it's possible. In comes the illusion. They understand the situation. Roshan's almost down. You trigger off the ulti from Monkey King, but here comes the 3-man impale. It was perfect from the Nyx Assassin. The Aegis Immortal is still in the hands of Shadow, but on the back lines, Ice Ice being ripped apart. So there goes Monkey King, and Shadow's got nowhere to run. The Hoof Stomp from Faith Beyond plus the double edge. It looks beautiful, but it is just so ineffective. Not enough damage to come in from it. So the Aegis Immortal will trigger, and they're looking towards the Juggernaut. A double kill for him. Monet gets the attack in. Shadow, the jump forward, the Searing Chains will not be able to connect on him. So Shadow can continue to run, but no Juggernaut for 100 seconds. He can buy back, but they'll lose the Centaur as well. Puts that Aghanim Scepter even more on ice after the buyback. And he just buys a 4-staff instead. They're not even thinking about the Aghanims anymore. So here comes the push up on top. No Metamorphosis for this, but if you even force the buyback out from the Juggernaut, the economic hit's going to be so huge. So they stampede forward. Monet's nearby. He's got Sunder available. He's not going to help out his Pudge here. Just lets him die for the moment, and they try and focus over towards the Live Stealer. Rooted up now that Rage is worn off. Where's the extra support? Right now it's just Super by himself. Slides a fist up and then doesn't get out. He got stunned and controlled. It's the Ember Spirit who's now down, and no buyback is available for him.
He should have been able to Remnant out during the slight.
Fine. Here comes that bottom lane push. Monet still does have, if he wants to, the Metamorphosis available plus Satanic. So it's Satanic and Sunder. That's the hardest thing in the world. But Ice Ice jumping in through the back lines, looking for the stun. Monet triggered off his BKB. Monkey King gets instantly controlled up by the Pudge. The perfect dismember. Faith Beyond, he's kept alive by the Shrine, but it's all up now to the Terrorblade, standing in the midst of this fight. He's just chasing anyone he wants to. The Hoof Stomp in, the swap out. There she is. This is the problem they knew they were going to face. to a low life Terrorblade. He'll switch his life over and then run straight back into the engagement. The hook hits perfectly, even bouncing the life stealer on the way back out again. Faith Beyond another good hoof stomp. The Super needs a little bit more space, but he has it. Monet will create it, and that's really the game. Everyone is lost for Wings, and so is the series. 2-0 victory for LFY.
LFY looking a lot better than yesterday. Wings still just... It's just not the group stage.